Hello, 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 and welcome to the Confidently You podcast. I'm your host, Helen, head coach here at Fit Girl Club. Fantastic women's lifestyle coach, online coach, helping women feel happier and healthier. How are you? I still look knackered. Coming on screen now, I'm like, oh, Helen. But I am everything I am. I am transparent. This is who I am. And I'll always be honest with you girls. I'll always show up honestly because that's what life is. If I was always like, oh, I feel great all the time, that'd be like. I also promise you I'll never show up with trauma. So if there's something going on in my life, I haven't got anything like that going on at the minute. But if there's something going on in my life that's like I need to deal with in private, I'll do that first before I come and tell you. Like when I went to therapy, that's an example. Obviously, that was a few years ago. But I'm a big believer in dealing with your stuff close to home, then sharing the experience after if it's something that's going to affect your life. Like there's a thing about oversharing, isn't there, girls? And we just, I'll always be transparent with you and I will always share. But I think it's really important for me to deal with stuff first. I think that's the healthier way to do it. That's what I believe anyway. So believe what you like, believe what you want. And yeah, how are you? How is life? How are things going for you? I am tired. And it's not a case of like I'm doing anything different. I think it's just a build up of post ultra. I've had quite a busy few weeks, different social things going on. I'm not used to socialising. It was my dad's 70th birthday, and I was thinking about ideas of what to get him because I wanted to do something special. Like, he only turned 70 once. And I'm in a position now financially where I can actually like splash out a bit more. Whereas when it was his 60th, I got him a really expensive bottle of whiskey. Is it Blue Label? Red Label? It's like a 200-pound bottle of whiskey. And obviously, I don't drink anymore, so I don't like buying alcohol as presents. Because I don't drink anymore, I just don't like doing it. I was still drinking 10 years ago. So I was thinking about ideas of what to get him, and we were going to take him for a weekend in Portugal, but the flights were expensive, and then we'd have had to get Una put in kennels and just the logistics of it. Then we were looking at weekends away because sometimes we go up to the lakes together or different things, and I was just like, when you're like, I've done all that, let's do something different. And I don't know where the idea came about, but it was amazing. And my dad loves like trains and different things like that, like engines and stuff. He used to be a mechanic years ago, and then he taught mechanics. He's worn many hats in his life. Anyway, I don't know if it was Martin or myself. No, it was Martin because I was looking at like maybe staying in the Dales for a couple of nights, and then Martin said he stayed on a canal boat. Canal boat would be a really good idea. Can we stay in a canal boat? So you can go to Skipton and you can hire out a canal boat for the day. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. You drive it yourself, you're going down the canal, it's really slow, but it's just this pace of life, and you're going past the fields and the sheep and the cows, and we saw a heron and just the birds, and it was just, I felt far too relaxed. I felt knackered after the day. On board, there's a kettle and a hob. You have to take your own crockery. So we took plastic knives and forks and paper plates. We took real mugs though. I took tea bags and milk and a full picnic. I did a full spread of like meats and cheeses, like a European style picky bits, crisps and dips, and we had some little cakes and stuff, and it was just lovely. It was just such a nice day. And I know he really enjoyed it. I got him a hat that said Captain Chris, his name's Chris, and we just had a fantastic day. So if you're ever in the area, you and your mates, or like it'd be a really good idea for like a hen do, or if you're not wanting as well, you can drink on it. I'm sure you can, but I would be careful because you could quite easily fall in. And I don't think it's a good idea to get drunk and start driving the boats and stuff because my dad did crash into the side. He's like, you meant to hit the side a bit, but he proper bashed in. Poor Una shot herself. And it was Una's first time on a canal boat. You might have seen some pictures. She was really scared at first, but she's just scared of everything. So I'm so used to her. I'm like, come on, get on. And she hid under the seats for a bit. But then after a while, she was out and she was okay. And she was sat next to me and she was like looking up. Don't tell them, you're not meant to have the dogs on the furniture. But anyway, we did, obviously. But she was looking up at the bridge and stuff and she was sat next to me and she was just like, oh, what's all this? And it was nice. It was lovely. It did torrentially rain in the afternoon, and at that time we were like mooring up, and I was stood outside. You have to get off the boat, you have to pull over. These aren't boat terms, obviously. I didn't do any of the driving. Me and my mum sat inside drinking tea, playing backgammon. You pull in and you have to get out, and then you've got a key to open these like proper bridges. Like there was one that was like cars go over. You know, some are walking bridges, some are like mechanical bridges, so it's really fun. And yeah, just torrentially downpoured, and I just stood there holding onto the boat. My feet were wet through. All fun and games. Luckily, I bought a spare pair of clothes for some mad reason. Change of clothes with me. I must have known it was going to happen. But it was a great day, and my dad really enjoyed it, and that's all that matters. He was like, what a fantastic day, and what a way to celebrate his 70th birthday. So yeah, if you're in the area, family, get a group of you. The boat hire for the day was £200, which for four of you probably seemed like quite steep, but I just paid for it because it was a treat for my dad. But if there was a group here, there was a group that were in fancy dress, so they must have been on some sort of do. It was mixed male and female though, so don't know. But yeah, fantastic. Book it in advance. Skipton boat trips, I think it's called. Just like really easy, everyone can do it. So, and it's just something different to do, something fun. Kids would love it as well. So yeah, we did that at the weekend. I just wanted to tell you all about it. There you go. Fun times. So today's episode, bearing in mind the days are getting colder, I feel it is autumnal now, which is unusual because you used to think August was still summer. The heat waves have died off a bit. I don't know if you're down south, I'm sorry if it's still hot down there because it seems to be in its own little hot echo chamber. But up north, it is definitely getting cooler. I went from shorts and vest every morning on the morning walk to, within a week, leggings, jumper and coat at 6:30 in the morning at the minute. So yeah, it's getting there. I'll be telling you all about soon when it's end of October, beginning of November, and I will do 3 months of walking in the dark and wet. Bellies on, proof socks, get your head torch on, off you go. Una still gets a 6:30 walk every day. I just get out, and I'll probably be recording this podcast in the dark because I record it in the morning. Yeah, but c'est la vie, such is life. And then we enjoy the seasons and it comes back around again, so make the most of it, enjoy every season. But what I want to talk to you about today, because next week we are going into September. Where's she gone? Hello. Bye. And I think September, for me as a coach, but also for you as someone who's trying to make your life better, and if you're struggling to make your habits stick or make changes, September reset, I think, is better than a January reset. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So September's coming up, and this is why it feels like a fresh start. You've got the back to school feeling, autumn's coming up, summer's ending, you might have had festivals, events, barbecues, loads of social events. Maybe you've been on holiday, and it's a time to go, right, reset, back in, knuckle down. Also there's that, like, everyone loves a timeline, a bit of pressure. You've got 3 months till Christmas. Just had to work that out, yep. 3 and a bit months till Christmas, so it's that big push to, like, right, I've got this block now, let's go for it before Christmas. It's also a great time if you're, like, thinking by January, I'll start again in January. That's it's not a good feeling to have, because after Christmas, you feel like a slug anyway. Everyone in the world, I'm sorry, everyone overindulges at Christmas. Gets to January, think, oh, fresh start January. That's just marketing campaigns that have told you that, by the way. And then it's freezing, you don't want to go out, and it's winter, and it's dark, and it's awful. September still, the weather usually is quite nice in the UK, so it's quite a good opportunity to get some habits nailed in now before the gloom and doom of January. I say to clients all the time, if I've got a client who maybe has had some time off, has been unwell, or they feel like they've gone backwards or different things, I'll have clients leave me and then come back. And they're like, oh, I've lost all my progress. I'm like, no, because you still have the knowledge. You've still got that baseline. There's something in your brain that knows what to do. You've got the muscle memory. So you never go back to stage 1. You're always a few levels up. You might have dropped down a couple of levels with progress, but mentally, you're always, and physically as well, you're always a couple of levels ahead. So don't think that everything's a step backwards. So September's a really good time to build some blocks in place and start to knuckle down and make some changes. It's a really good time for that. This is what I don't want you to do though, and I'll err on the side of caution because I talk to all my clients about this, and all you girls, everyone that's listening. It doesn't mean that you're going to this mad diet phase. You're not going on the Special K diet. You're not going on the Fast 800. If you're listening to this and you do any of these, this isn't judgmental. This is usually down to you've not been given the right information, and that's society, okay? Let's blame society because that's what it is. We've been brought up in diet cultures. You might have been told that in order to lose weight, you have to massively restrict, blah, 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 blah. It's the only thing that works for me. But it doesn't work because if it worked for you, you wouldn't still be doing it. You need something that fits in your life that you're going to be able to do consistently for the rest of your life, and that's what I teach people. So that's not me having a go at you, and it's not me judging you, and I help plenty of women that are either stuck in the cycle of all or nothing thinking, so diet from Monday to Thursday, eat everything through the weekend, but I'm here to help you learn new habits. And it takes time to learn new habits as well. I'll come to that in a minute. So we're not trying to fix your food. You're not going to, start on, well, it's not, when do the kids go back? I know some of you don't have kids and some of you are elderly kids. But even when we don't have kids, our cycles as adults still run around the school holidays, if you did or didn't know that. So they go back, I think, the 7th, Monday the 7th. So you've got an extra week, really, where you can just go wild. Or you can start on a Tuesday the 1st and just rip the Band-Aid off after the bank holiday next weekend. You could start on a Wednesday. Honestly, some of my clients, I set them up on Thursday. Most of my clients, Wednesday, Thursday is a great day. They start officially on a Monday, but you start, set you up during the week. Now, say Monday the 7th comes around, this is what you're not going to do. Hands up. One hand on the heart, one hand in the air. Helen, I solemnly swear, repeat after me. Helen, I solemnly swear, I will not overhaul my life on day one. Thank you very much. Thanks for making that promise to me. You are not going to restrict your food, eat dust, commit to doing 20 workouts a week, 50 million steps. Just, when I say it out loud, you know it sounds nonsense. This burnout that you can only stick with for a week or two. And I know you're probably frustrated. I know you might feel fat. I hate the word fat, but you might feel fat. I feel fat. I feel gross. I feel like a slug. That's fine. Acknowledge, but then know that these restrictive, obsessive, intense regimes do not last. We want something that lasts forever. We want something that you can stick to, that you can get consistent results. I'm seeing a lot at the minute, these adverts for weight loss drugs and medications and stuff, and they're like, I lost 5 pounds in a week. I lost 20 pounds in a week. Right, sorry, I shouldn't do the piss day voice, but that's not realistic. £1 a week is great. £1 a week. Imagine if you lost, this time next year, you'd lost 50. We need to eradicate the fast fat loss thoughts and feelings, because when you're doing fat loss fast, you are not learning healthy habits that last a lifetime. The majority of people that do weight loss injections will do the weight loss injections, but they won't change their diet, they won't improve their nutrition, they won't start exercising, they won't look after their body, and as soon as they stop the injections, they'll either put the weight back on or they'll still be unhealthy. You can be slim and unhealthy. You can have brittle bones. There's going to be an epidemic in 10 years of brittle bones from people using weight loss injections, losing all the muscle mass because they're losing fat and muscle, not strength training, not gaining the muscle, and then you're going to have brittle bones. Lovely. At 45. Broken hip. Brilliant. And it'll be reversed, and then everyone will come to me and be like, Helen, help me build some strength, because it is reversible as well. Well, not a broken hip. Disclaimer, broken hip's not reversible. Obviously, you'll get a fake hip put in, but hip replacement, no fake hip, but it is reversible. Brittle bones, you can re-strengthen your bones by building muscle. And when I say eat more protein, I'm not like, oh, you have to eat 20 chickens a day. Just have some protein with your breakfast, protein with your lunch, protein with your evening meal. Just be sensible. I make it sound really easy, and I know it's not, because that's why I have a business that helps women do this. Because the thing is, the science is like easy, simple science, but it's not easy then putting it into your life and making it work, and you're unlearning habits, a lot of behaviour change, a lot of mindset stuff that I help people with. That's majority of the work I do. Anyone can get a plan off ChatGPT, but then putting it into perspective with your life, with real life coaching and support and help, is where, that's why I thrive, and that's what I'm really good at, and that's what I love to do. So if you overdo it, you will just burn out. You'll just give up. So you don't need to undo your summer. It's summer. You've done it. It's in the past. Since I finished my ultra, oh my God. Well, I didn't finish it. Let's finish my 46 miles. A month ago today, I've been eating and drinking. Oh, I don't drink. So drink sparkling water. Eating like an absolute queen. Okay, I've been fueling my body, eating loads. I've had loads of treats, different things. And I've enjoyed myself. Let my hair down for a month. I definitely have put on a bit of body fat. It didn't happen overnight though. I just suddenly woke up and I was like, oh, okay. You know, it's creeping up and I knew it was happening. I've still exercised, I've still moved, but just not as much as when I had like my ultra training structure and I was building up really big weeks. I was doing like 50-mile weeks and stuff. So, you know, it's something's got to give. I'm still healthy. I still look after myself. I still eat really well, but I've just been letting things slip a bit. So I've tightened the reins a bit this week, just been a bit more strict with my consumption and what I'm eating, and just, you know, because I want to feel better as well. Now I'm starting a new program next week. I've got a coach. I've paid for a coach, a running coach, to help me excel in my sport. So you don't need to undo your summer. It's done. I've enjoyed it. Woohoo! Great times. But draw a line under it. You don't feel guilty. You don't berate yourself. You don't get annoyed. It's happened. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I want you to enjoy your holidays, your meals out, your ice creams, whatever you've indulged in, your festivals, your fun. Great. Great memories, good times. Draw a line, move on. Getting back into routine without becoming obsessive. So this is where it becomes a bit more complicated, because you might be back at work and or the kids are at school, or you know, you've got to look after dependent on people and arranging your life, and you've had a bit more flexibility, maybe you've had some holidays or some time off, and then it comes back to this like strict routine, and it's going to be harder. So you need to be prioritizing your sleep. You need to be now ready for next week, not next week. You know, if you've got kids, I've got kids, I don't know this, but I'd be getting them back into a sleep routine at least a week before they go back to school, because otherwise that first day back at school will be horrendous. Start prepping, getting ready. Start meal planning, start writing out some meal ideas, getting some structure in. It doesn't have to be a full factory reset come 7th of September or 1st of September. You can start making changes now. I want you to prioritise these 5 habits first, okay? So, first and foremost, eating 3 proper meals a day, whether it's breakfast, lunch and evening meal, or if you have lunch and snack, evening meal, or whatever. 3 good meals a day. So stop skipping meals, and I want to stop trying to be good, just 3 quality meals. Meals should be based around protein and veggies and nutrients, and or carbs, optional. You know, I have carbs for most meals. Some meals I don't. Like if I have an omelette for lunch, mushrooms are in it, tomatoes, so that's like carbs via vegetables, but I wouldn't sometimes have rice cakes as well. Then I don't always have pasta, rice, potatoes, bread. I'm trying to cut down on my bread. That's where I go, where the calories creep up with me. Not saying there's anything wrong with bread, but personally, I know when I'm eating more bread than I should be eating. And it's about you and what you want to achieve and what you want to be. So if you survive well on a yoghurt bowl in the morning with loads of fruit, packed full of fruit with some nuts and seeds, an omelette for lunch with a big salad, or soup season's coming back, girls, yes, get those tubs of soup from Tesco. The chicken noodle one, I think it's 200 calories for the whole tub, and it's like a hug in a tub. And then you have like fish and veg for evening meal, and then a yoghurt bowl. That's still plenty of sustenance, as long as you're filling it like mountains of veg, not just like a little tiny little pathetic bit of broccoli. And I'm like, what's that? But if you like a few carbs, have a few carbs. There's nothing wrong with pasta, potatoes, rice and bread in moderation. Everything in moderation. I want you to then get your steps back up. So I don't want you to think, oh, I have to do 5 workouts a week and 20,000 million steps a day. How many steps are you doing at the minute, honestly? 5,000 a day. Get out and do 7. Come on, that's an extra 20 minutes. Come on, kids, let's go. Get fit with Rick on YouTube. I should promote other people, because I'm not a coach who's like, oh, you have to do everything I tell you to do. There's loads of great free tools out there. Like one of my clients at the minute said, Helen, I'm not doing your workouts. I just don't feel motivated to do them. And I like doing body coach workouts on YouTube. Do you mind if I do them? I was like, fill your boots. As long as you're doing stuff, I don't mind. I'm there to like guide you on the way to your happiest and healthiest. I'm not the be all and end all answer. I've got another client who goes to boot camps, but I've got other clients that do my workouts, so that's fine. I'm not precious about it. But there's a great guy on YouTube, and he's called Get Fit with Rick. He is one of my clients' boyfriends. Well, she says that. He's not really. But he does great walking workouts. They're fun. They feel like a bit like aerobics. There's some music in the background. Get on YouTube. You can look one up. 2,000 steps. Done. And you have fun doing it as well. Get it done in your living room. Kids will do it with you as well, if you have kids or grandkids or whatever you're doing. But get out for walks. Start, booking in walking dates with friends. Start, walking to the supermarket instead of, maybe not supermarket, that's it, for carrying your shopping bag back would be very challenging. But walking places instead of, driving, and just like see where you can fit in those steps in the day, okay? And start prioritising them. Walking pad, great. Stick on some Netflix. Get a new walking pad. There's loads of opportunities. But an extra 2,000 steps a day on top of what you're already doing at the minute. And if you start that now, by September, you'll be back up to whatever you were at before or more. Prioritise protein. I just talked about this. Protein with every meal, but it doesn't have to be obsessive. I don't have protein powder. You don't need protein powder. You can just have a source of protein. Get your sleep back in routine, talked about that a minute ago, and have a daily non-negotiable. So pick one thing that makes you feel like you've looked after yourself. Walk, a workout, reading your book, chilling out, meditating, having a lie down, yoga nidra. I'm really into recommending yoga nidra for clients at the minute, and it's restorative yoga, basically where you lie down and do body scans. I think 5 clients in the last week I've recommended it to, because I was like, you don't have any chill. We need to have some chill in your life, and we need to start managing these things in. So if you add in something that's like an activity, get your kids to do it with you, or grandkids, or whoever you're with. I know some of you are older as well, and I know I do keep mentioning like children and stuff, but some of you are parents as well. My clients literally range from late 20s to mid 60s. Something for everyone. So why you don't need motivation? Motivation is a myth, and I talk about this all the time. You need to set little habits. If you're someone that relies on external gratification to keep you going, have a star chart up on a board. Set a little star chart and tick off your little habits each day. And at the end of the week, give yourself a reward. It doesn't have to be food. It can be buying something off Amazon. It can be going to the cinema. It can be, treating yourself to a nice... I treat myself to like listen to a certain podcast on a run, or going for a nice run, or meeting a friend, or doing something like going to a swim and sauna, going shopping, or doing something. It doesn't even have to be money. Like, think of something nice, going bird watching. I'll stick that in there because I'm always there. I'm your number one cheerleader. Whenever something's going great, or if it's not going great, I'll be there to help and support you. So what to do when you've fallen completely off track? So this is the hardest one, because I think sometimes we get so down and out on ourselves, and you feel like, I've gone back, I've gained half a stone, I'm useless. Draw a line. This self-deprecation is keeping you stuck. Stop, write it down, tell your best mate, say, I've ruined it, I've done this, I'm pissed off, have a go at yourself, but then draw a line and move on from it. Alright? Enough is enough. If you want to say in that self-deprecation loop, you're just playing the victim, and that's just you just seeking attention. Alright? You're allowed to feel that way. Acknowledge it. Draw a line. Make a change. Don't overhaul. Just make a change. Eat some more veggies. Drink some blooming water. Get a good night's sleep. And go for a walk. If you really feel like you're rock bottom, you start at the bottom again. Really simple. If you're just stepping back into the gym after some time off, please put your weights down. You will not be able to lift what you did before. You feel like you can the day in the gym, and you won't be able to sit on the toilet next day. So heed my warning. I am warning you. So I really want you to avoid this all or nothing trap, and I talk about this a lot because it is keeping you stuck. And this is where I'll be good now, and then you restrict yourself, and then you have cravings, and then you end up overeating, and then you feel guilty, and then you're starting again. So how do you overcome the all or nothing thing? You plan in treats. If you do not do this, things will go wrong. The difference between, you're allowed treats, by the way, think about 80-20. So 80% of your food wants to be nutrient dense, high quality, nutritional, protein, veggies, all the good stuff. 20% needs to be treat. What do you like? Chocolate, crisps, ice cream, anything. Okay? I won't say pizza, because you can make some really good homemade pizza that's nutrient dense. Plan the treat in, sit down and enjoy it. Don't just be picking up bits off your kid's plate, the leftover fish finger, thinking that's not a treat. That's not a treat. You're just a human hoover. Put it in the bin. It's either in your stomach, adding to your calorie intake, or it's in the bin. I don't like waste either. If you really want to save it, the kids have it the next day. Save them a pile of stuff. I'll give it to partner. My partner will just eat leftovers, any leftovers. So if we had kids, which we don't, he'd just probably eat them all. And I'd be like, he could be the human hoover. Absolutely fine. But you want to have that, little piece of heaven that you've been thinking about, and you want to wait till everyone's out, and you want to make a cup of tea, sit outside, listen to the birds, read your book, and have it as like a ritual. Sit and enjoy it. I don't have any treats where I grab and go. I never grab a big bag of crisps. I get a portion of the crisps out, and they're part of my lunch, and I probably eat my omelette and my salad, or my salad. I had a protein bagel thin the other day, and then salad after a run, and I had a few little crisps, and I had them after, and I always save them till last, and I sit and I enjoy every single one of them. Be mindful about it. This is what treats should be. They should be like a ceremony, an occasion, a meal out, or it shouldn't be something we're doing every single day. You can have a little bit of chocolate or a biscuit every day. You could manage that into your diet, But a real treat should be something that, you're savouring and working up towards. And it's something to look forward to during the week. So when you are just eating your lower calorie stuff and you're being more mindful and you're eating healthy, you've got something to look forward to. So how to set realistic goals for the final 4 months of the year. Is it 4 months? September, October, November, December. Like I said, £1 a week is reasonable. But also, every one of you listening, what body size you're in, you can drop a dress size by Christmas. I guarantee on my programme, in 3 months, if people do what I tell them to do, they'll drop a dress size. And that's like, some people lose more, but everyone can drop a dress size as long as you're in need of dropping a dress size. If you just think, oh, I'm fat and you're a size 6, you don't need to drop a dress size, let me just be honest with you. But every single one of my clients can drop a dress size. So setting a reasonable goal, but this time, if you stick with things, but reasonable, that isn't like a massive restrictive diet. That's a small calorie deficit. If you need to work out your calories, message me as well. I can help you with that. I give that out for free. Let's have a chat about it. But set a reasonable goal, and that's what most people want. You want to have more energy, feel better in your own skin, have a better sleep routine. Set a realistic goal that you're going to work towards, and then track it month by month, week by week. Don't weigh yourself every day. Do measurements and do them weekly. And keep yourself on track and hold yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, get a coach, because that's the only way you'll do it. So your September Reset Challenge, whether you're starting this week, next week, or the 7th of September, for the first 7 days, I want you to nail these 3 things. You're going to eat 3 balanced meals a day, no skipping meals. Skipping breakfast sometimes, and then you're overeating at night, is not a good strategy, is it? Move every day, so I want you to have a personal target for your movement that I want you to reach, and I want you to be getting to bed at a sensible time and aiming for 7 to 9 hours sleep. That's it. That is it. You don't have to do it perfectly, you just have to try each day. If it doesn't work today, at the end of the day, or tomorrow morning, ask yourself why. Don't berate yourself, useless, I can't do this. Just go, become your own investigator, become your own detective. Why didn't it work? What can I do differently next time? And I guarantee you will get results. But for everyone else that's wanting help, I'm opening up a few spaces in September for my coaching. I've got a special offer that I've got going on, so if you'd like to be in with a chance of getting a place, because they are exclusive, I'll put my details in the caption below of how to book in a chat with me. We have a call first. I find out all about you, where you want to be, where you currently are, see if I can bridge the gap in between. I'll always be honest if I can't help you. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually speaking to my ideal client. For some reason, my marketing really works because I've put a lot of effort into it, and because I speak to my direct client, which is you, if you're listening to this. And then I'll offer you a program that fits you and your life and suits you. I'll give you the prices, and then if you don't like the idea of it, or if you don't like the price, you can say no. One of the things I teach in my coaching is boundaries, and I teach people how to say no. So if someone says no to me on a call, I'm like, cool, bye. Here's some free stuff, off you go. No forcing into it. Every single one of my clients is in my coaching program because they want to be there. And I never push anyone into it. And if someone's on the fence, I'll always say, go sleep on it. I might go sleep on it. I actually had a lady the other week, and she was like, she always jumped in head first. If you're listening to this, hi, to everything. Next Spardex, she was like paying money on supplements and all this stuff. And she is the perfect fit for my coaching. But she seemed to always jump on stuff and then not finish them. And I said I would honestly make her finish it. Anyway, she was like, oh, I think I'm going to sign up. And I was like, I want you to go sleep on it. And then she decided the next day that she's not going to. And I went, cool, speak to you later. Here's some free stuff. Wish you all the best. Because that's important to me too. The last thing I want as a coach is a client that doesn't get results. I want them to get results for you. But if you are willing to try, I guarantee you'll get results. Aha, that's the difference, because I am determined for you. Anyway, I've blabbed on enough today. Have a great day. Happy September. This time next week it'll be September. See you then. Have a good week. Bye.